Welcome back to Football as we see it. This is Floydy with Seaside Geordie, and with me is Jebby, the postman, who does not fail to deliver. How's it going, Jebby?
Good Floydy lad, come on the tune.
Yes. Well, I was going to say it's Monday, the 17th of March, and there's only one way we can start this episode. I don't mean to ruin it for everyone else, but we have to start this episode with the fact that Brentford beat Bournemouth 2-1.
I like your funny and wittiness, Peter Floyd.
Fucking champions, mate. Some hangover today. I felt horrific all day, and I'm knackered now, I'll be honest. But what a win. I'm still soaking it up. It's unreal.
I'm surprised you're not still on it.
No, no. But what a victory. Where do you even start with that, Jibby? Just the day, the atmosphere. I've had pictures of all my mates, videos of the game, videos of the trophy, all the lads at Wembley. It's
Just absolutely amazing, mate. It's like I said, it's been a long time, and it's deserved silverware and victory in it for Newcastle.
how good just for Eddie Howe. How good's that for Eddie Howe? How good's that for the club? And how good for Eddie Howe? And how good
Yeah,
for like the type of players like your Dan Burns scoring a goal like that? We signed him for 8 million a few years ago from Brighton. You like
it's amazing.
your Joe
Eddie Howe
Linton's
deserves it.
Joe
He
Linton.
deserves it. He's
Joe
unbelievable.
Joe Linton was on the scrap heap of signed him for 40 million, worst signing ever, everyone was saying. As a striker, Howe comes in and it's probably a man of the match appearance as a centre midfielder. Oh, it's just Trippier, a titan of a player, signing from Atletico Madrid when we were in the
Yeah.
relegation zone. Bruno Gomes, again, we were in the relegation zone when we signed. Isak, Alexander Isak. I was just
But
like,
this is what happens when you recruit well. When you've got a very good sporting director, and all the staff behind the scenes, your recruitment's been spot on. And recruitment is a massive thing in football these days.
it is.
So fair
How do,
play to them.
how do you really recruit well though? Like, is it
Because
big?
you've
It's
got
big risk
because there's
still, isn't there?
so many good scouting networks now, and they go all over Europe and even like South America, and they go everywhere now, don't they? They're just so good at adapting and just picking. Just, just I don't know. It's a weird one because back in our day, you just go to just 11-a-side match, whatever was on, and you think, oh, he's not a bad player and all that. But now it's all iPads and all that, and it's just times have changed, hasn't it?
Yeah. So let's start
And you
with
can't get it wrong. You can't get him wrong anymore
you ain't got with
because
FFP, you ain't got the money to get it
yeah,
wrong.
you know what I mean. So you have to get it spot on.
If you get a
You're not
hundred
going to get
million,
every signing absolutely spot on. That's impossible. But they've recruited so well since they've been taken over, which was what 4 years ago, wasn't it? So
4 years ago, avoided relegation in the first season, Champions League in the second season, a solid finish in the third season, and then the fourth season's now.
well, that's what I mean. If you look at both paths with Man United, I know they won a couple of trophies under Terry Ten Hag. I get that,
But that's
but
the
their recruitment
thing.
over the last
I
10 years
know.
has probably been absolutely diabolical, and that's where the club have gone so down.
Yeah.
Just massive, isn't it?
So let's talk about the game. We've got to talk about the game. Let's analyze this game, right? And I said this, I was sat near a Liverpool fan. Every single Liverpool fan, the second we were in front or we're going to win, was going to blame it on them being tired. Every single one.
You can't.
If they won the game, they wouldn't have. Would
No,
I know I'm butting in, but if they wouldn't have won the game or gone 2-0 up, they wouldn't have gone, oh, we won it, but we were leggy. No one would have said that.
I just think for Liverpool, I'll talk about Liverpool first. I think the last, 3-4 months have been a massive tight schedule for them. And that's not just for them, but that's for quite a lot of teams. But Slot, we're getting to know him, aren't we, in his first season.
Yeah, great
Doesn't make a
manager.
lot of changes. Doesn't make a lot of changes. I don't know if that's because you don't trust other players or. But if you look at the last 3-4 months, they've been playing Wednesday, Saturday, Wednesday, Saturday, Wednesday, Saturday, and it hasn't caught up to them because he has played the same pretty much 8 or 9 players every single game. And I think he had to play the same 8 or 9 players in this game as well because you want to play your best team, even if they are on, a bit leggy or whatever you want to say, tired from the other night. You had to play your best team in the cup final. And
Definitely.
it Yeah. Were they at say 100%? No, of course they weren't. But got to give absolute credit to Newcastle
Was that not
because they
tactically?
were so good. They were so good, and they got the tactics spot on.
Or you've got to get his spot on if Salah didn't even have a shot off target or on target in the whole game.
Yeah, like I said,
I mean, he's
you
an
can
effort.
tell from
No move
minute
to
one
say.
when they went at it. Even you can tell in a game sometimes, can't you? You can just see patterns of
Yeah,
play.
but was it? Think again. Was it they were not at it, or was it just Newcastle were too good for him in that game?
Both. I thought Newcastle extremely good, energetic, getting at people's
They
faces,
maybe had to
playing
do,
it
didn't they?
probably a bit more direct than they normally would.
Yeah,
Newcastle.
there was a few big
But,
balls, weren't there? There's a few big balls up and over.
yeah, and they just played to the strengths. Every set piece, they won every. Even if they didn't win the first ball, they won the second ball. It was just one of them games where Newcastle were first to everything. And it was Liverpool just couldn't get going, could they? And that's because Newcastle played
So well.
very well and got their tactics spot on. And you've got
Yeah.
to give credit to Eddie Howe and his staff.
Who would you give man of the match out of that
Joe
11?
Linton, 100%.
Yeah,
No other player for me.
I think
Joe
who?
Linton.
Yeah, can't even remember who got it. Did Dan Burn get it?
I think he did because of his goal and his performance. But
Yeah,
I thought every Newcastle player played well. But I thought Joe Linton was an absolute. Because, look, I played midfield most of my career early on. And I know how tough midfield is. It's unbelievably tough. I think it's one of the hardest positions in football.
yeah.
And he just did not stop. It's not just his running ability. He's very good on the ball. He knows when to play the right pass.
And to be
And
put
he
in
was
that position,
gearing up the crowd and every time he tackled or
yeah,
whatever.
he was like a
Thought
goal,
he was
weren't it?
magnificent.
He's some player. And I think again, it's the right down to Eddie Howe, how he's made him into that player. Like again,
Yeah.
I can't emphasize enough. Like he was a lot of Newcastle fans have frowned upon him. Like when he was that forward, he was playing on the left side, he was playing up front under Bruce, and he just couldn't do anything. He couldn't do anything. And then
Yeah.
it was just like a reformulated, brought him back, and just like Eddie Howe's gone like, no, this is what you're gonna do, and you'll be the best. And I tell you what, now after signing that contract, he's got to be worth some serious money if he was to go. He brings massive value to any team.
Yeah, he is. How old is he now? Is he about 28?
Do you know what? I don't even know. Maybe,
Yeah, he's had a few call-ups recently for Brazil, so he's obviously doing the right things, isn't he?
yeah. And Bruno was just,
Yeah, he's got a little bit more class than Joe Linton, but he ain't quite the complete midfielder, in my opinion, as Joe Linton. Joe
he's
Linton's got a
more,
bit of everything.
he has, but he's more like he's a 6 and an 8, and he does both.
Yeah.
He's good at defending. I know Joe Linton's great at defending as well, but he's a bit rash at defending, isn't he? But again, he's very committed.
Yeah, he pushed. I think it dragged Harvey Elliott down right at the end of the game. He's that way. He's just that way, and he
He's
just is.
he's a raw.
He just lives on the edge. He lives on the edge,
Yeah,
basically.
that's a good word for that. Yeah, but yeah, what about let's go into the goal then? Like Burns' goal. How good of a header was that? I've scored loads of them like that before. Not at Wembley, like, but at Common
Yeah,
Edge and at Grange Park. But
I thought it was magnificent header
when
from
did he get up at
where
the
he put,
back?
but I think it was a
Second.
mismatch straight away. Who
Why was
Liverpool,
McAllister on him?
but because look, he wasn't going for him because to head the ball. He was trying to block him. Obviously, that's what the plan was.
Yeah, but why? Oh, because Van Dijk's your only other biggest one who was on Isak.
But what I would have done, I would have got one of your big lads on Dan Burn and then left that. If you were going to leave, because what basically we're saying, leave Van Dijk, Canati, and Quansah in the middle for any mop ups in case they win the first ball. But they were winning the first ball from basically every single corner. So why didn't they change throughout the game? Why didn't they put
You picked the
just
twin.
if you're going to try and block, get someone bigger. It was a mismatch. Try to get even Quansah on him or someone who's a bit taller, bigger, then block him and
Yeah,
then leave Van Dijk and Canati in the middle to head it away. It was just an absolute mismatch, and it was coming. It was. I know what obviously he's trying to do, McAllister. He's trying to block him, but it just was not working. It was just a mismatch.
the brilliant header and that bounce. As soon as it bounced, you just knew Kelly was getting nothing on it.
It was the only place he could put it into score, wasn't it?
Yeah,
So,
I know it's a lovely one. I scored one of it like that against the Devi Arms in 2010, I think. Oh no, I run up to winning the league.
yeah, you always get one of them in your
Something
career.
special. Yeah, great header. Great header, yeah. And I, I've looked back and I see what you're saying now. You know, the second goal that was offside where Bruno was in the line of fire.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a bit shit still, isn't it? I mean, it should have been 2-0 off that.
Yeah, it's one of them, innit? If you're offside and you're in the eye line of the goalkeeper, it's always going to be flagged offside. But I know he's going to score anyway. It should be. It's a silly rule, really.
Yeah. But again, he could have been blocked straight in front of him, so he couldn't say anything. So I do get it. Now I didn't really know that rule, I'll be honest. Um,
Yeah,
and then Isak's second goal, Isak's first goal, but Newcastle's second a couple of minutes later.
yeah,
I told the place up where I was.
yeah. Well,
Literally.
that's a great ball. Was it Livermento put it in,
No,
and
Murphy.
then
Murphy put it
was it?
in.
No, Murphy got the header. Murphy got the header.
Yes, yeah, Murphy got the final assist on. Yeah, Livermento put. Was it Livermento?
Livermento put the ball in. Yeah,
Right, okay, I can't even remember now, actually.
and then great leap by Murphy beat Robertson. He's done that this season. I can't remember who it was when someone beat him to a ball and they scored. Try to think of it. Well, it was Tottenham away. I remember exact same goal, but this was a little bit better technique than Solanke. Solanke scored. Someone beat Robertson to the ball. Solanke scored, and it was exactly the same. Someone beat Robertson to the ball. Obviously Murphy, and then Isaac scored. So he's deceptive on that Robertson, and obviously he worked on it, haven't they, Newcastle?
Great finish as well, wasn't it? Great finish.
Yeah, tremendous finish, tremendous finish. It just
Class oozes, he oozes class, Isaac, doesn't he?
yeah, and it weren't just a good finish. If you look at his movement's terrific because Van Dijk doesn't know where he is.
So we're
One minute
going.
he's peeling there, and then he's just peeled away.
So,
It's really good movement.
so we're guaranteed European football next year. I don't think anyone's leaving. I think we're
But
strengthening.
it's not guaranteed Champions League, is it?
No, but we're guaranteed European football next
Yeah,
season. So
yeah.
I don't think anyone's leaving this season. Personally,
No.
now after winning a trophy, like the
Yeah.
tables have like turned a bit. It's like now everyone's got the taste of silverware. The club's obviously getting bigger. We've not signed anyone last year. I think all the players know there's going to be money spent.
Well, you've got the momentum now as well to finish in the top four, top five. You need to finish fourth or fifth, don't you? I think
Hopefully,
top three is. I think top three is going to be top three the way it is, in my opinion.
unless Forest drop some serious points. But
Yeah, just the way they play. I just don't. I can't see them losing too many football matches. The gap, the points, the gap is probably too much with 9 games to go. But fourth and fifth is definitely available because City are still not winning 3 or 4 on the bounce. Chelsea are hit and miss. Bournemouth have a bad spell, but Brighton are the only one that are pretty much good in
yeah,
form at the moment, aren't they?
yeah, and they've come out of nowhere really, haven't they? Because they've won like 5 on the bounce
Yeah.
now, but they'd
And
lost.
even if it seems like Fulham are in a bit of a decent run at the moment. It's so tight up there.
How bad are Tottenham?
Very bad.
At least Man United got another win against Leicester.
Yeah, I watched that. I thought they played all right, Man United,
I
even
didn't
though I
see
know.
it. I didn't see it, but I saw Bruno Fernandes again had a great game. 2 goals and 1 goal and 2 assists.
Yeah, yeah, he's playing really good, isn't he?
Do you think he'll stay
One
at
of the best
United?
defenders
Do you
out
know
there.
one thing no one talks about? Will he stay at United?
Who?
Bruno Fernandes. Could be
Yeah,
anywhere.
well, I think he had an offer last season, didn't he? He was saying that in social media. He said he had an offer by someone, not we don't know who, and he turned it down.
So he just loves the club.
So
So he's a genuine character that loves the club, doesn't he?
yeah, he wants to know that if they're going to progress or not. They're still miles behind everyone, aren't
But
they?
just when you're
Especially
like, everyone talks about Isaac and that with Champions League. If you don't get it, you might go. Like you've got players like Bruno Fernandes, and I'm not being funny. I know the different positions, but Bruno Fernandes is probably, I'd say, I'd actually go as far as saying the best person in his position in the Premier League, and no one ever,
I probably agree. I
and no one
think he's
ever,
one of the best number 10s in the world at the moment.
and no one ever talks about him leaving and is at a team at a 14th in the league.
I know.
So
Go on, can you imagine Man United without Bruno Fernandes? Bloody hell.
no, you actually can't, can you? Like the
No.
struggles that we have now, it'd be
Yeah.
absolutely terrible without him. But then, and Goosebumps when we were going up to get the trophy and everything, Newcastle. I don't see him as enthusiastic as I should because, like I say today, I'm absolutely shot to pieces. It's a harsh day,
Yeah.
but I feel like we have to get this podcast out. It'll be remembered in my eyes anyway.
Yeah.
And I've got a
We
load of
don't need to talk about 70 years anymore for silverware.
yeah,
It's done now.
we've
We're
won.
done.
Oh no, but
So there we go.
domestic cups 70 years, but we still had two championships and like we're still the only club ever to have back-to-back Cellar Cup wins.
I know, but now you can say you're a Carling Cup winner.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
And I've said this for the last, I don't know, 3 or 4 years probably. I think it's probably not as traditional as the FA Cup anymore, but I feel like it's a better cup to win, in my opinion,
Nah,
because you've got all the top teams competing.
it's level
In the
pegging.
FA Cup, you get you're normally going to beat your League One, twos, and Championships. I think the Carling Cup's better these days.
Yeah.
That's my opinion anyway.
Well, I think it's
Yeah.
just the name and the actual cup. The FA Cup has got a lot more glamour about it.
Of course it has, but
And
they
the fact,
generate more fans as well in the Carling Cup as well. They were saying the more fans watch the final in the Carling Cup as well in the FA Cup, so
really?
it might be turning a little bit more. I don't know. Maybe it's the first domestic trophy of the season as well that someone can win.
Yeah.
But I think for the last 4 or 5 years, I've enjoyed that better than the FA Cup. I don't know.
There was some football games yesterday, weren't there? Like this morning, I was looking through all that. Barca ended up beating Atletico 4-2.
I watched that. It's a
Ra
cracking game.
Rangers won 3-2 away at Celtic.
Yeah.
Newcastle beat Liverpool 2-1. And then obviously the most boring game of the day comes at the Emirates.
Yeah. Yeah.
1-0. Shite.
It was. Right.
Red and white shite, Arsenal.
Well, they just basically toyed with Chelsea. Chelsea were absolutely rotten.
Yeah, but
Honestly,
did
there.
they do anything? Was it again 1-0? Like they can't finish fucking anything, can they?
No, they can't. But
You could have.
you know what they're like defensively. They're so good defensively. They can have a 1-0, can't they? It was like men against boys, especially first half. It was just it could have been 3 or 4 to be fair at the end of the full time. If it was 3 or 4, I don't think anyone would have complained. But obviously they're still lacking, aren't they, in them areas, aren't they, with injuries and not signing anyone. So if they win 1-0s, that'll do them, won't it?
Yeah, and I just saw as
No.
well. I've got I've got like a 15-minute video of me and you from last night. So when I have to edit that, I might try and edit that into this.
I'm surprised you
Yeah,
can remember it.
and listen, tell me about it. I'll tell you a little stories about. So me and Asher and the boys went to watch the game, and
Yeah.
we got into this bar, and he said no kids allowed. So it's like Jesus, but Freddie had already brought his pillow because obviously 4 hours in front, it was 8:30 at night here. So he'd always brought his pillow. So Asher took him back, and I stayed there. I had a pint in there, and he couldn't get it on. He couldn't get being sports on. So I was like, "Fucking joking me, man. Cup final. I had like 45 minutes till kickoff. So I start going on Google Maps because we're in Ras Al Khaimah, not Dubai. So I didn't know where the hell I was. So I just go on Google Maps and there's this other sports bar, Champs Sports Bar. So I go there and oh, it's shut. It's shut. I was like, oh my God. Luckily, I run outside and the cab's still there. So I'm like, this, waving him. This is like 21 minutes to go or something. So then I'm looking at something else and I found Pebble Sports Bar in some hotel. Um, so I was like, get me there now. And, he got me there. And I tell you what, it was brilliant. It was
Yeah.
it was brilliant. It was a brilliant hotel. The sports bar was sound. And the staff there were class as well. The
No,
BM Hotel in Ras Al Khaimah.
that's good. At
Yeah,
least you know that for next time.
I know. Yeah, it was class. It was good, and the football was on. As soon as I got in there, I said, "Can you get the game on?" And they were like, "Yeah, no problem." Stuck it straight on. So yeah,
Quality.
and then I was there even as soon as the full time whistle went. I went on the bar, yes, screaming, and beers went everywhere. It must have been a sturdy bar. I smashed like 3 glasses, and they were like, "Oh, I understand. I understand. It's been 70 years."
Yeah. How much did it for a beer there?
It was all right. It was sound as anything, to be honest. It was really good. It was a happy hour, and
Yeah.
it weren't a lot.
Right.
It was a fiver a pint, something like that.
It's not too bad, is it?
It's well cheaper than being in Dubai itself. But in certain areas anyway. But yeah, it was
Yeah.
good. It was good. It was a good price. When I watched
Oh,
everything in there, I watched everything. And then obviously this morning, looking back at my phone and there's loads of I've just got loads of videos. I've done it all. I'll tell you what else I've got videoed. The last 12 minutes of the actual game. So
oh, yeah.
from 88 minutes to 101 minutes.
I bet you weren't even that nervous, were you? As well, I wasn't like nervous for Newcastle because they weren't
Oh,
like
until Dan Burns scored.
penetrating.
Yeah, but until Dan Burns scored, I was because I've seen this a million times at Newcastle,
Yeah,
where you're dominant, you're doing it. We did it against Brighton earlier in the season. We did it against West Ham, both at home, where you're like
mm,
dominant and you just can't get that goal in, and then it just turns.
yeah. And then Chiesa
And
didn't. Chiesa, to be fair, I said to Finlay, I said as soon as he came on, he was their bright spark. He was all right. He was beating play. He was trying to get on the ball, and he took his goal well. To be fair.
he did. It was a good finish, but it was offside.
Yeah.
The
Well,
lines were wrong. It was offside.
yeah, it was offside, and it got overturned. Rightly so.
I know. But yeah, when his goal did go in, obviously, rightfully, I actually started shitting it because anything can happen. 5 games of football. We've seen Man United score 2 goals, haven't we? We've seen Man United score 2 goals in 90 seconds.
Yeah, true, but it just didn't
And
seem that
it
game
did,
for Liverpool.
it didn't, but as
No.
soon as the goal went in, it's football.
Yeah,
Anything could have
yeah,
happened.
yeah,
And I was like, just like that. And when it was going on and going on and going on, and the second that full time whistle went, oh my God. I've been a Newcastle fan for like 34 years. Never seen just that the elation of being able to win that trophy. Never ever experiencing it. It's something special.
yeah.
Really is moments that you
Good
don't
game.
forget anyway. And being it means so much more that I was there for that semi-final second leg at St James's. It's like
Yeah,
I was a part of it, even though obviously not as much as I
yeah.
wanted to be being at the games. But yeah, class. Brilliant. So what next for Liverpool? So that's the first time. I say what next? Obviously they've won the league, but first time slots
Well,
since 2 games in a row.
they've got 9 massive Cup finals, haven't they? I know people are saying they've won the league, and yeah, you'd think absolutely they've won the league unless something absolutely crazy happens. But they've still got to win 5 football matches out of 9 games, and that's still, it probably will do it, but
I think they've got to win 3 myself because I don't see Arsenal not dropping a point.
yeah, you'd think so, but you just don't know in this league. You just never know. The confidence might be short. I don't think it will be, but
Who's the next game? Who's Liverpool's next game?
Everton at home, which is it's a derby, isn't it? So you never know, do you?
Yeah, it's a tasty one to be fair, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a good one to come back to, I think. But you just the quicker they do it, the better. But they'll be nervous. They'll might get beat a couple of times or draw a few, and it might open the door for Arsenal. Don't forget they still got to play each other as well. So you just never know in this league. But yeah, if you said before the season started you were going to get to a cup final, you're going to lose that, but you were going to end up winning the league, I think they would have snapped your hand off, wouldn't they? So
Yeah, that's not the point though, because 2 weeks ago everybody thought we were going to get a treble on still. So it's not just snapping your hand off, but
I know
they played well
it's been a bad
enough.
week. Been a bad week.
It's been a bad week for them, but again, and I've said this through a lot of pods over the last 10 weeks, Liverpool have played and are the best team in the world when we play right, and we've had a couple of bad games.
Yeah. To be fair, I thought they played well against PSG at home. The second leg, I thought they played really well against them, so that could have gone either way.
And
They
everyone
didn't
has.
turn up yesterday. That's not an excuse, but they didn't turn up yesterday at all.
Everybody does have
So
that dodgy spell in their season, don't we? And you
yeah,
rightfully said as well, Liverpool haven't had theirs yet, but obviously sometimes when you play that well, you can avoid it. We've seen the Invincibles, we've seen Chelsea in 2004,
yeah,
2005. You've seen the way Man City come so strong all the time at the end after January. So,
mm,
and the way Liverpool were, you just couldn't see anything but positive results. And
no,
but obviously they've had a month
it,
of a few bad
yeah,
games.
but it just shows that loss yesterday for me means that they need 2 or 3 footballers in the summer
Where'd you
for
see
me.
them? Where'd you see them players?
Not just necessarily winning the final, but to get further in the Champions League as well. I still don't think the squad is massive with loads and loads of quality. I think they're short of a top man, a striker. I really do. A clinical striker. They rely on Mo Salah far too much. Uh, I would say another attacking midfielder maybe, and then probably a left back or a centre half. I still think the 3 or 4 positions short of not just necessarily squad. I'm not talking about get straight into the team, mate.
With what's happened, let me ask you this question now. Do you think with what's just happened in the last week will have an impact on any of their renewals of the contracts with the big three.
No, probably not. No, no. I think they'll probably know. I bet they've known months ago, won't they? But we just don't know, do we? What's going on? No one
Maybe.
knows anything, do they?
But Virgil van Dijk did come out the other week and
He
said
did, but he's not going to say, "Oh yeah, I'm going to stay at the club," or he's going to.
no,
You know,
no. But
he'll know. He'll know something, won't he?
he did say I've had no talks with the club.
Yeah.
Uh,
This was. I did say to you though about a month ago. This was the week that I thought someone might sign an extension, or we'll know more this week when it was international break. So we'll know more this week, in my opinion.
yeah,
I think there's going to be something this week or next week. I might be wrong, but I think we'll know something this week or next week.
yeah.
Like Van Dijk will sign a 2 year, or Mo Salah will sign a 2 year. I don't know. International breaks are,
They
so
definitely
we'll see.
say if you need three or four players now, they definitely if you're going to lose two of them three, if then you're talking like a half a rebuild, aren't you? Five
Yeah.
solid
Oh,
players.
well, if you lose Van Dijk and Salah, then they're gonna need
Or
five.
you lose, or if you lose Trent, it looks like Trent's going, but if you lose Trent and Salah, or Trent and
Yeah,
Van Dijk, I personally think two out of the three might be lost
yeah.
because I think in my head I don't know why, but I think Salah could go Barcelona.
Yeah, I don't know. It's up in the air, all three of them really, and even Trent is still not a full conclusion. He's gone to Real Madrid yet, do we?
I think
You
Salah
never know. He
wants,
might surprise us and sign a 4 or 5 year contract. We just don't know, do you?
I think Salah wants a Ballon d'Or, and I don't think he's going to get it at Liverpool now.
Yeah, but where he's not going to go anywhere. Where else is he going in Europe?
Barcelona.
Sure, about Barcelona. Yeah,
Well,
it's
we'll
an
see.
attractive play, really good, but he's not going to get in where Yamal is he?
Well, no, but up at the top three, like, is
I think Barcelona will be more after Isaac, someone like that, who's Lewandowski's in his final couple of months, isn't he? So
I don't think, yeah.
yeah, I just don't think there's anywhere for Salah to go apart from where he wants to go, Saudi, eventually when he's end up with his career. That's what I mean. I just can't see him being
But
anywhere else apart from Liverpool.
imagine there was a swap deal on with Rodrigo at Real Madrid.
Maybe
It's
that's what I mean.
can you imagine that though? Mbappe, Mbappe, Vinicius, and Salah up top.
But these top European clubs just don't buy players that are 33, 34 years old, do they? I know he's an
But,
exception, but do they? They don't go.
how long's Lewandowski been at Barca?
Yeah, that was a one of them deals where they've been struggling financially over a few years, haven't they? So
How
they
old,
got him on a good deal.
how old was Gravison when he went to Real Madrid?
Oh, I don't know about that. It might have been 28, 29. But Lewandowski obviously took a pay cut as well, then he coming from Bayern. So Salah's is massive wages, isn't he? So who's going to pay his wages? So
Yeah,
it's
true.
one of them, isn't it?
We'll see, won't we? We're in the business end of
Yeah.
the season now, aren't we? There's a lot going on.
Yeah, I just think there might be some good news in the next week for Liverpool regarding one of these
Well, it
contracts. I've got a funny feeling.
can't get any worse, can it, pal? To be honest, been a
No, it's
bad
been a
week.
bad week. It's been a really bad week. And you know what I mean? I'm a football fan. Yeah, I've got a soft spot for Liverpool, but I do like rubbing it in with some of these Liverpool fans as well, like Kenny Mew and all that. 'Cause I think going all the way to Wembley and seeing that shite and then coming back on the train,
Do
I
you
think
know
it's
what
funny
though?
as anything.
Do you know
It's
what?
funnier than
Do you know what though? Newcastle have not turned up in a cup final for the
you know.
last so many finals. So all them Newcastle fans that still continue to support them like that. And when I say not turned up, basically played how Liverpool played. They didn't turn
Yeah,
up. When we lost in
yeah,
98, we lost in 98, we lost in 99, we
yeah.
lost in 2023. We didn't
Yeah, I
turn
don't
up.
think they were as bad as they thought when they got beat to Man United. I think it was the first. I thought they were a better team over the 90 minutes. Obviously, they lost 2-0, but I just think
Yeah.
that the occasion might got to them, or I don't know.
But still, we had a
Maybe
weaker
the first
team.
cup
The
final for a
team
while.
was
I
nothing
don't.
like it was then, was it? We had Isak
No,
was
but
on
I
the
don't think.
bench.
And Pope obviously was. Pope was got suspended for that game as well.
Yeah,
That didn't help.
Kelly, what's he called that was in there? Can't remember his name.
Yeah,
Carillion, him from
Liverpool.
Liverpool.
Yeah, when they
Cornelius.
played in the Champions League final.
Yeah, where Gareth Bale scored the best goal I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, what was his name? Bloody hell, it was.
Cornelius, or can you? Can't even think.
Yeah, I can't remember. We know who he is anyway.
Yeah,
So.
But yeah,
Yeah,
there was loads of problems, weren't there? But yeah, so that's a Premier League then. Like I say, Brighton drew with Man City, didn't they? Like you said, should have won. But
yeah, they should have won.
City were unlucky with the own goal, personally, I thought. So it's like should have
Yeah,
won, but should they had
right.
luck.
So many opportunities in that game. Away at the Etihad as well. There's not many teams can do that to City. I know they're having they're struggling out there defensively, but Brighton opened them up at will.
Yeah. And
And they're
Everton.
dangerous at the moment, Brighton.
But
They're
where do
on
you
a good
think?
streak.
I don't think we're not getting Champions League. They're doing good, but I think. Do you think Villa are still pushing up there?
Yeah, Villa are still the dangerous team as well. We've especially when he's in
How
charge.
good's
People,
how good's Asensio? I always spoke about that. He's class.
yeah. I'm looking forward to the Champions League starting again when we get back.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So
See
it's
what Arsenal do against Real Madrid over 2 legs. I can't see him progressing, but if they can get Saka back, I think it'll level it up a little bit more. But Real Madrid is just so strong in that front four, aren't
just as we'll finish before we wrap it up, and let's talk about Tuchel's first international pick.
they? Yeah,
There's a few picks in there, isn't there? But, obviously for Newcastle, Dan Burn, like
a few strange ones, really.
No Grealish,
No Grealish, no Ollie Watkins, no
Rashford back in.
Maddison. I love Maddison as well,
He doesn't
but
play though. He doesn't even play
I
for his
know,
club.
I know. Yeah, but some of these. What about Rashford? That's a fucking strange one for me.
Is it? He's actually played really well since being back at Villa.
Yeah, but what? 8 games
Yeah, but what you know is
guarantee an England club.
no,
And
yeah,
when you
no.
looked at players like Hudson-Odoi and Morgan Gibbs-White, you know Morgan Gibbs-White is in now, but that's only because someone's dropped out. Cole Palmer. Hey, shush.
But what it is, Jebby, Rashford. Is a dog going mental? Get the dog in. Marcus Rashford is he's got a lot of England caps, and people know the quality of Rashford, and it's
Yeah,
showing again. It's showing. It's not like he's just having a good season like his Hudson-Odoi has done all right. Rashford's done it year in, year out for a lot of years, and it's showing that he's happy again, and
yeah.
that shines through. It,
Well,
it
he's picking players that have been there and done it, haven't they? That's what you can see. He's only got a contract to the end of the World Cup, so he's picking experienced players, isn't he? That have already been in.
Jordan Henderson.
Well, that's what I mean. He's picking it for leadership and people that have done it. So he knows these players. Reece James, does he deserve a call? Not for me, but he knows the player. So he's picking a lot of experience.
Who
So,
else? Who else has he got? Like, who am I missing here? So
well,
who's it?
Kyle Walker is another one. Who would you have taken Kyle Walker? But he knows these players because they're experienced and they've been there and done it. And he's like I said, he's not here for like 5 or 6 year contracts. He's here just
To
for a
win the
year and a
World,
half
he's here
until
to
they
win the
win the
World
World Cup.
Cup. Yeah, so
And that's
basically,
why you want to get all these experienced players in.
yeah, so Southgate tried to build something massive, didn't he? He tried to build
Yeah,
an empire for the future. Tuchel was like, "Give me that World Cup." He wants to win the World Cup, doesn't he? So yeah,
yeah.
you're right. You've
And
got a point.
it is hard for Tuchel because he's basically just he's got literally a few a few games with them, and then it's pretty much the World Cup in it. So it's tough for him, but that's being an England manager, isn't it?
They'll have their national. They'll have their nationals. What do you think about picking Dan Burn then?
I think like I said, Dan Burn's not probably going to get in the squad in a couple of years' time, is he? But he's here now for the. But I think he deserves it. To be fair,
Do
I
you think
think he deserves the
do you think he could
call.
work his way in with how he plays?
I don't know. To be fair,
Who's
I don't know.
who's a bit because he plays free at the back, doesn't he, Tuchel? So who's free
Yeah,
and Burns good at the left hand side of the
yeah.
centre.
We're blessed with centre halves at the moment, though. England. I don't think there's.
Who do you think are the best three centre halves at this minute? Are you playing?
I think that Mark Gay's very good. I think he's a good one.
Gay, Maguire, and Burn.
No, I won't play Maguire. I think
He's good in a
he
free
plays all
though.
right for England. Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. He's good in a free though. He plays well there. He doesn't play
yeah.
bad in that position, and he's been playing better for Man United.
Like I said, we're not blessed. I would have maybe put someone like Bramthwaite in. I like that Bramthwaite for Everton, but obviously he's overlooked. I don't know
Colwell, not very
who.
good. Lewis Colwell.
Yeah, he's in there, isn't he? He's in the squad.
I know, but do you think is he a starter?
I don't know. I'm not sure. He's got a mistake in him, in my opinion.
Who's your starting three then? That's what I'm saying. You've got to pick three at the back now for the next game. Who's your
Well,
three?
he's gonna switch and stuff, and they're only playing what's the
No, no,
Latvian.
yeah, I'm about asking. I'm saying World Cup now. This is the squad is picked. Say who's your three at the back?
I think Gay, he's definitely starts for me. Uh, John Stones, when he's fit,
Yeah.
will
No,
play.
but yeah, but he's not in the squad now, is he?
No, but if you said the World Cup starts like
Yeah,
now,
yeah, but with this squad, what I'm trying to say is no, with this squad,
yeah, probably Gay. Burn probably deserves his chance, doesn't he?
it's good enough for me, I
Maybe,
think.
maybe Colwell. Then I don't really know. Like I said, we're not blessed with centre halves at the moment, are we?
Not like we used to be when we had like Campbell. People, we went through, didn't we? We had like Adams, and then when
Yeah.
Adams was retiring, Campbell was coming in, and then Campbell was replaced by like Terry and Rio. It was
Rio,
like,
Carragher, and all that. There was so many, weren't there?
yeah, decent. Right. Well, I'm gonna leave it at that, Jimmy lad, because it's getting on late
Yeah.
here, and
Getting
as
on late here.
that's it. It was just done the school run, man. You crazy man.
Five
Um,
o'clock here.
yeah, it's 5 to 9 here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
4 hours in a
okay.
row.
Okay, ordered. I'm tired, and I want to try and edit this and get it out. So
You're all right, mate.
sorted. Right. So thanks very much, and please hit the subscribe button, which is very important to us at
Right.
football as we see it, isn't it, Jebby? Subscribe
Yes,
and
it is.
like. And ciao for now, and I'll catch you later on, Jebs.
Yes. See you later, Floydy,
All
lad.
right, catch you in a bit.